20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city. I got you. Rep your city. I'm gonna tell you how mine. Rep your city.
It's time for us to go live, so rep your city. I really would appreciate if y'all roll with me. Feeling this music cause it makes me wanna step. And if you don't want it to, then you lying to yourself. Cause every time we party, we gon' have fun. I don't know about you, but I'ma rep where I'm from.
Rep your city. Okay. Rep your city. Let me see the mic. Rep your city. Give me the mic. Rep your city.
Welcome to the RYC Live show this evening. This is Fresh Fridays, and I am Artistic, your host for tonight. And we're back again. This is a beautiful Friday night in the month of August. We're coming to the concluding of August. So we'll be going into the fall season real soon. So I just want to send a shout out to all the viewers out there tonight. Hope you're enjoying your Friday evening. Send a super shout out to my team, Mr. RYC Live himself and the rest of the home team, Lady Alicia. And we're going to have some new people working with us real soon. So we'll be introducing them as well. But tonight we have a special guest, one of my homeboys. And before I introduce him, I like to just do some little housekeeping real quick. If you have not done so already, we do ask and encourage you to please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, RYC Live on YouTube. We do thank all of those that have been showing support and love and subscribing to the channel and just engaging with us. And also following us on Facebook. You can follow us at RYC Live. Or continue to engage with us. Send us a friend request at RYC Live or follow us on Rep Your City. So that's Rep Your City on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube channel on YouTube, RYC Live. We do this each and every Friday night at 8 p.m. And usually we have a guest. Sometimes we don't have guests and we'll just have a show showing videos and have a discussion and things of that nature. But this is for us, by us. And the goal here is to preserve our history and our legacy and to share it, to document it and to share it. And tonight we're going to get into some heavy discussions with my man that I'm going to bring from the backstage area in just a moment. But again, take this time to share this broadcast. Share it to your page. Send the link to a friend or a crewmate. As a matter of fact, if you are any members from the Empire of Destruction clan, the No Pity clan, you know what I'm saying? Chirac Nation, East Rock, Purple Mansion, Death Rock. This is a call out to all of y'all because the man that I have coming up real soon, we're going to be talking about some really, really good history in regard to Chicago hip hop and also Chicago house for all you people, from the house nation. You know what I'm saying? We've come to realize that, especially me, I'm speaking personally from me, that the house movement is important here in Chicago. It's a very important legacy of our own. And we definitely got to honor it. And we got to share this information. We got to acknowledge it and we got to share it. Collectively, Chicago has been overlooked way too many times and way too long for all of the creative aspects or elements that we've been partaking in. And it's time to stop that. It's time to change that narrative and make a difference. So with that being said, and without further ado, I would like to introduce my homeboy. This is a brother, that we go back back to the days in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? You know, when Chicago was full of crews, full of very active crews, you know, from WHBK, the Blue Gargoyle, the Terradome, you know what I'm saying? The Taste of Chicago, Grant Park, you know, all these different areas, the Wall of Fame, the Wall of Seeing, you know, these different areas that we had throughout Chicagoland areas and surrounding the city limits. You know, we've done some really powerful and interesting things. So tonight, without further ado, this is my homeboy, the legend, the man himself, brother DJ Titan Davis. Let's bring him on in.
Peace.
What's happening?
How you be?
How you doing, my brother? Welcome to the RYC Live Show. How's everything?
Thank you for having me, man. I'm honored to be here, man. You know, I'm still around.
That's
Still
what's
doing
up. Yes,
Still
sir.
doing
Yes, sir.
that.
That's what's up, man. Well, hey, man, like, we did an interview before, but it was just an audio interview. But now people get a chance to see your face, you know.
Yep, still the
So-
same black guy. Put on pounds, eating good, you know.
Yeah. Hey, man, I want to just start off by congratulating you for all your contributions, man, over the years, because, that's why I enjoy doing these projects, these archival projects. I mean, because we need to start like giving people their flowers before it's too late. You know what I'm saying? Like making sure they can smell them while they still can.
Definitely, man. You know,
Yeah.
everybody deserves their flowers. Give people their accolades while they're here, and don't wait till it's too late. You know.
Yeah.
Definitely, man. You know.
So,
I'm just
yeah.
happy to-
So as you know, Brother Titan, you already know that I'm working on a book. And this book has been, it's a very lengthy project, but it's still under production. I think I showed you some portions of the layout. But it's just that, it's so many other people that I'm narrowing it down because I actually decided to break the book down into a volume set. So it's not going to be when it's the first one that comes out, it's not going to be all one issue that I had originally wanted to do because it's too much content that's still not done yet. So I'm going to release it in a volume set. So I have one for the DJs and the producers, one for the MCs, one for the dancers, and one for the graffiti writers.
That's a smart way to do it. Yeah. I would invest more money that way.
And then later on, the main reason why I'm doing it is because it's going to give me more time to continue to work on the ones that still need work. So the first one, and I'm not giving out dates anymore because I've been giving out so many dates of when I think it was going to be ready, and then things just didn't pan out the way I wanted, and so I had to continue to push it back. So right now, all I can say is the first one that does come out is going to be for the DJs and the producers.
Yeah, well, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's
So
dope.
we write on time, you know what I'm saying? Because for those that don't know about the book that's coming out, it's entitled The Real Deal. And these are a few of the pages from the book, right? I don't want everybody.
Those people look familiar.
Yeah. So, whoa,
Word.
So, so I'm doing a lot of cross checking. This book is going to be a history book, but it's also going to be a reference book. So that's why it's taken such a long time to make sure we get as much of the information as accurate as possible, because this thing is going to carry on for the rest of our lives and even after we're gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, hey, man, listen, let's go back. Like, this is Friday night. This is Fresh Fridays. And on this show, what we like to do every Friday is basically talk about the history and your contributions. But what we like to do is take the viewers all the way back to the beginning of when you started. So for you, what was that like? When was that when you actually got in the music game?
A four-way thing, because let me say, for one, I was always an artist. So I was drawing a long time, man. I've been, I'm into comic books. Everybody know that. Drew my own comic books, drew my own characters. So I was always an artist.
Okay.
And so, it was crazy. I went to school with a couple of cats from Basis.
Okay.
and oh, they hated me because I wasn't getting up on the walls or nothing like that, but I knew how to do the graffiti on canvas.
Okay.
I was drawing, and it was so clean. He was looking like, "What you use to do this?" Well, markers, Rapidio pen. You ain't do this. And I said, "Okay, if you say so, walk out with it." And they used to hate me like, "Man, this dude, who is this dude?" But and then as far as let's take it back to the beginning. As far as me getting into hip hop, let's
Yes.
do that. So I've always been musically inclined. Um, my brother, shout out to my brother Jerome, who's my eldest brother, who got me into music as a kid. My brother's a hippie,
Okay.
and he used to play rock and roll. He played funk, so he played everything, and he described to me what instruments was being played, and imagine telling this to a little 7-year-old kid, like, what the hell are you talking about? But I get it, So that made me get into the music and listen to certain sound. Oh, that's a guitar. Oh, that's a drum. And my cousins would let me play the turntables when I was a kid. I was like the little DJ. Give it to Maurice, and I take the little 45s, put them on the spindle with the arm, and you let the records drop down. Pretty much conduct the party how you want it by song. So I was the original playlist.
Okay.
But as far as getting into hip hop, we talking like, I want to say the first real hip hop song I heard was Planet Rock.
Okay.
And that was like 80 something, 81, 82.
Yeah, that was 82 when that was released.
Yeah, so that was my first song. And then I heard Curtis Blow, The Breaks. I don't know. I guess you gotta go back some more. I heard Sugar Hill Gang, but it wasn't. We didn't really have a name for it at the time when we was hearing it. It was just music that was on the radio. I was listening to WJPC back then. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
But we heard these songs. It was getting rotation, and when Curtis Blow came out with The Breaks, we still didn't have a name for it. So by the time I moved to the east side of Chicago, I'm from the west side originally.
Oh, wow.
K-Town, born and raised until my father moved us from the west side because, he saw the west side wasn't really where he wanted his family to be anymore. Even though, my grandmothers, my cousin, everybody's from the west side. I'm from K-Town. Originally from K-Town. Yeah, Kildare and Keeler. I lived over a Cleaners. Right off of Keeler and Kildare is a store across the street called Brothers. And right across the street from Brothers was the original George's Music Room. So it wasn't a big fancy dancy joint y'all see with the graffiti on the side with the artists. And George was making money then, but when he moved down the street to Pulaski, he was really getting it, So, I'm telling y'all some 70s stuff right there. So when we moved to the east side of Chicago, I was in Tarrytown, which was 77th and Exis. So anything from 79th, Exis, 75th, considered Tarrytown territory, all the way up till you get up to Exchange in 70. They kind of ran all that area. And you had like all little gangbangs and stuff, but that's neither here nor there. There's a brother by the name of Rube, who is now known as Supreme God of Law. And, he's from New York City, you know what I'm saying? And he's from Mecca. And he used to DJ, him and his brother Ray John and brother Amin. They used to walk around like, yo, we got this mix from the New York radio station. But when they had it, it was directly from New York for real. Like I heard Run DMC live. Jam out be scratching, Jack called Jay's dick. Jack called Jay's, off of Peter Piper.
Right.
Like, so yeah, that's that real hip hop. And that was the first time I heard the word hip hop.
Okay.
But then they call it the New York station. Then when they discovered HPK, which was the Ken show first, HPK, they was calling it the New York station, not knowing it was in Hyde Park all the time. So like, so we started I'm hearing stuff like Robert S. Good as Gold, Schoolie D, PSK, and Saturday Night, and MC Breed, the singing MC. And we hearing all this fresh stuff, and then all of a sudden you hear some Chicago stuff. Like, yeah, these guys are local guys from blah, blah, blah. And here it is, Top Dog and Double C. And we're like, oh shit, we don't know who these people were, but we listened. Oh, you know, it was dope because we never knew what real hip hop was until, you know, you start hearing it. And then, you know, but those guys, they educated me on what hip hop was, you know, and I started getting into it, and I wanted to be a rapper. But I didn't know how to go about doing that shit up. But I'm trying to keep it clean.
Yeah.
But if some slipped out, forgive me. But all this stuff, Jimmy D,
okay,
the rap warrior. Jimmy D, the rap warrior. And he would come around. He sounded like Rakim when he rhymed. Vocabulary is just like Rakim, and he would rap, man. And every time he finished his rhyme, he'd say, and I always say his name, Jimmy D, the rap warrior. So it let you know that it was his rhyme.
Right.
So one day he was rapping, and he had a crowd listening. They snapping his fingers, and cats. This is before beatboxing going on. I'm talking about cats snapping their fingers type stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, real spit. So my man, Jimmy D was rapping, and he just started rapping about me. He was just talking about me. Like, what the hell? So I had nothing for him. I was just stuck. You know, you get nervous when you're around a lot of people.
Right.
And I didn't do nothing. I said, you know, you just got smashed by the rap warrior. You're like, oh God. So at this time, let's fast forward a little bit. The Fat Boys that came out, Beat Street that came out, which in turn made me really want to get into DJing because I never knew how he was doing the scratching and stuff. But we saw Herbie Hancock live on our award show. And he had Grand Mixer DST scratching. And we thought, oh, that's how you doing it. And I told him, at the time I was in 7th grade. And I told my mom, I want that. I want that equipment. She said, boy, how much that? I don't know how much that equipment is or whatever. But she said, I tell you what, you graduate out of 8th grade, I'll get you some equipment. Cool. But I'm mixing it all up right now so you can get the gist of everything I was doing in one jumbo pot.
Right.
So me and my guys, my boy lived upstairs. I had 2 best friends. One was Cleavon Warren, who was Easy Clee, we get into that. And my man, Tony Cleveland, Daryl Cleveland, he actually showed me really how to scratch. Because I would take my mother's component set. So now that I know how to scratch, how it goes, I was messing up her component set. I would actually take the knob, the selected knob, and I would put it between phono and tape. So now, just sitting like that, your left-hand side is your turntable, right-hand side is your cassette deck. So as I'm scratching like this on the knob and the mixer. I mean the knob and the balance, left and right.
Okay.
So he came down, he showed me how you're supposed to do it like this. Would you believe? And I was messing up my mother's records, and my boy showed me how to cut out the car. He said, you know, Rube, with Supreme got a lot. So, you know, Rube got all this stuff, and this guy named Keith Willard. So really? We go to their crib, and sure enough, they got all this equipment. But they would never let me get on that. Never let me. I just had to watch everybody. But we're gonna get back to Jimmy D.
Okay.
I saw Fat Boys came out, LL came out, Run DMC just came out with we heard Rock Box, and then who came out first? LL came out first, right?
The Fat Boys came out first.
Okay, so
so
everybody trying to get into the beatbox thing. So my man Greg, who was known as Shorty G, he was cold with it. Like, man, he was coming around the block. What the hell? And everybody would run and see this guy beatboxing. And we became friends because of that. Then we decided to form a crew called Def Jam Rockers. The reason we say Def Jam Rockers because when LL Cool J came out, everybody wanted to be on Def Jam Records. Everybody, man, we gonna get on Def Jam. We gonna rap. We gonna learn how to rap. This, that, and the other.
Right.
So Greg's brother, who was my classmate, I never knew they was brothers. His name was Marvin. We called him Marvel Mac. And Say, man, yo, man, I just trying to run. Vo was so cold. This dude, man, he had the same style as LL Cool J, using big words and everything, man, and it was just sickening. Like, oh, so he was our MC. Greg was the beatbox. Yet I still don't know how to DJ just yet. Now, wait a minute.
Okay.
I got the gist of scratching. I'm getting really good with scratching. And so Marvel kind of was like the MC for the group that showed us how to put words together.
Okay.
So it's all easy. You just got to rhyme this. Okay, cool. So Jimmy D kept coming at me. He wouldn't come at Vo. He kept coming at me. So one day I said, I'm gonna get this dude. And I wrote a rhyme. And I like karate movies, so I decided to call myself the Bamboo Stick.
Okay.
This is way before Wu-Tang Clan now. This is gonna trip you out. Because they still tell me this to this day. You know you was the original Wu-Tang man because you was saying karate stuff in your rhymes way before these guys came out.
Right.
I'm like, for all you guys that want to see tricks, just listen to me. I'm the Bamboo Stick. You know, they're like, oh. So I made them laugh. They was like, oh, so, like, that's how you want to battle me? You're a little jerk. Look at that mustache. It's just dirt. And they'd be laughing. So I became the Bamboo Stick. So I was like, pretty the funny guy of rapping to them. But I was really good at doing that, and then Dougie Fresh came around with the show. Yeah. And everybody started enhancing their styles behind all these different MCs that we was hearing. Even when we heard Schoolie D and Robert S. and Breed, all those guys was, the type of people we listened to. And then when the Fat Boys hit, Skinny Boys hit, all hip hop just started coming from out everywhere.
Yep.
Then we know it's hip hop now. So again, this is crazy because I'm kind of going through everything because I got excited.
Yeah.
So Vo, me, my boy Cleavon, Easy Clee. He got Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick style down pat. And he started rapping about, all the luxury stuff, so he's like the pretty boy. He like Prince a little bit. So he's a pretty boy. But that was my ace. We used to go around beating up people. But anyway, that's another story. But so and then my baby brother, Lamont, he got into beatboxing really good. He was really good at it too. And Cleavon's little brother, his name's DeVale. So they became a crew, Doc Box and Devastating D. So our crew was Def Jam Rockers with Vo Mac, right?
Okay.
So it's all me, Cleavon, Vo, Devastating Doc. Doc Box, Devastating D, Easy Clee. And we had this dancer named Raphael, so we just call him Raphael. And my other boy, Reggie Reg, he was a dancer. So it was 7 of us, or 8 of us, or something like that. And what happened was we was listening to PK one night, me and Shorty G, and we heard shout out to Chirac Nation. They're pretty cool guys. This is Kate Ill saying this.
Okay.
Yeah, good guys. He came up, dropped us off a nice demo. Let's check them out right now. And he played some stuff, but we don't know who it was at the time. It wasn't Top Dog and Double C this time. It was some other stuff that came out of Chirac. Okay. And I think it been Hangman here on. I think it was maybe Hangman.
Okay.
Or probably IC and Scope, somebody.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like, we better than them? And how y'all just gonna be disrespecting like that, And I called the radio station because they always said the number 702, 8424, right?
Yep.
So I called up there and said, look, man, I want you to play Sucker MCs by Run DMC and dedicated from the East Rock Nation to Chirac Nation, right? So we was dissing. And he did it. He played it. He said, East Rock Nation, sends a shout out to Chirac Nation and dedicate this song to you. And we played Sucker MC. Like, we thought we did something. So we kept doing that every week. Man, it was just crazy.
Right.
So from that point, we was crew. And that was our, Def Jam Rockers was the rap group, but as a crew, as a unit, we was East Rock Nation because we represented the east side of Chicago.
Yeah.
Now, battle time. We got called out by the South Side crew.
Okay.
That was JC Apache. You heard of him?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
JC Apache and his guys. They lived up the street from us. They're on Marquette.
Right.
Do you know we marched all the way to Marquette? Wasn't that far? Walked down on Marquette. We went on JC Apache porch, knocked on his porch. Yeah, we heard you want to battle. Yeah, who are y'all? Man, we East Rock Nation. We ready to battle. What's up, sucker? We talking like that, right? It's okay, bet. So we're going to set the time and the day. We ain't going to do it right now because I'm blah, blah. Okay, cool. When you want to do it? We're going to do it Friday night, 3 o'clock at Eckesall Park. All right, bet. We'll see you there. It was just crazy. So they, cat, did I tell you, my cat? So they came 3 o'clock, Eckesall Park. They had their guys, and we had our guys. So, man, before, get out, get down. So before they can, before we say anything, hold on, JD, they just start, they just snapped. And we was looking all stupid, like, oh shit, they was killing us. So, but we came back because Vo was our dope dude, and then Easy Clee and me the Bamboo Stick or whatever. But they were getting it. So they won that battle. I'll keep it 1,000. They won that battle. So we're gonna battle again next week. But I bet. But this time y'all gonna battle on our turf. Okay, cool. So we went down 77 and Nexus. They came through and we was ready for them. So when they walked up, slow down. We can go backwards. After we lost that battle, it was like a little thrift store around my crib. I saw this little light blue, real portable. And I went in there. I said, "How much is that?" Lady, so give me $1 for it. Went home, got $1, came back, needed batteries. Had to go get some more money. Got 4D batteries put up in there. And this thing, I'm trying to mess with it. I'm looking at it. I'm pausing it, messing with it, doing everything. I paused it, and I just turned it a little bit and said, shh. I said, oh, snap. So I'm looking at it, and I'm messing with it, and I got so good with it, just manipulating it to make it sound like a rocket scratch, because that's all I hear in my head.
Right.
I mastered that. So by the time we came back to battle Southside crew, when they came around us, they walking down the street, and I had this little deck with me. And when they stepped up, we Southside crew, what y'all gonna do? Southside crew, hey you, yeah, we talking to you. And then Vo kick it out, and he got the rabbit band, and I'm scratching with the look. Now, guess who witnessed this?
Who is that?
Super LP Raven.
Yes, sir.
So happened to see this battle. He walks up and he's just standing there. We didn't know he rapped. Raven back there was a big dude and he had glasses, curly hair, and he's just sitting there like this in a B-boy stand. He's watching it, and he's watching not particularly the crew, he's watching what I'm doing on that reel to reel.
Okay.
So after the battle, of course, we won that one. He goes to me, yo, you good with that, man. You really dope with that, man. Man, you should come, check me out, man. I rap too. So yeah, what's your crew? Man, we Ice Incorporated. Me, got my guy Lunchbox. I got another DJ. I forgot his damn name.
Okay.
It was because it's only 3 and Attica, and somebody named Attica. And he lived up the street on 81st Exit, right around the corner from Kingdom Rock live now.
Right.
I mean, right on the corner, right there.
Right.
So we get over there. He said, man, I really want you to, do something with me, man. You scratch, that's dope. I want you to be my second DJ. So he had his DJ, I forgot his name, but they called me Demon Cut then.
Okay.
That was my name with that crew. So I ended up joining Ice Incorporated as well, and we made them part of East Rock Nation.
Okay.
So I brought him to my man, I forgot my main man, DJ Eric. Now, I met Eric on the corner of 77 in Kingston, breakdance battling against my man Reggie Reg. me and E became like brothers. And he had equipment, and his father had a pair of real 1200s. And we couldn't touch, you know, we go downstairs and this is my equipment. He showed me a raggedy ass JVC turntable. He had a Newmark mixer as a rotary with the knob, one knob fader. He had another raggedy ass turntable with no pitch. But I had a turntable with a pitch. So what I would do was walk my stuff to his crib and we hook it up. We have a jam session. Just me and him practicing out. I learned how to scratch on that really good. And he was scratching. Man, we was making some dope stuff down there. So me and him became Circle Sound Productions.
Wow.
CSP. Yeah. So he was part of East Rock Nation. And boy, we would do demos down there. So I bought La Vida. Ice Incorporated came down. And the way they was doing, they were just recording this stuff on a beatbox. I mean, on a little boombox.
Right.
This rap, and they had Alex do his beatboxing and he rapped and whatever. And they had to add the scratches over that, but it was like all in live time. It wasn't really direct connection.
Right.
So when they came over to us, man, had the mic hook up, and we had the Casio SK1, which actually came from La V. Because his little brother, he got it for Christmas. His little brother threw it and broke it.
Wow.
He was pissed. He's like, man, I said, man, can I have it? He said, yeah, man, you can have it. Not knowing, I was like geek like crazy because I had a soldering iron, a bunch of solder. I was into that stuff. And I ended up soldering it back together, fixed the motherboard, put back just brand new again. So we used that down there. What we would do is we had the Boss. It was a gray little Boss drum machine, about that big. Little about the size of my phone, like this, about that size. And it had like 8 little buttons that had a little screen on it. So we would program drums from there. And what we would do is, you know, the SK1 only sampled for like 2 seconds or something like that.
Right.
But what E would do, we'd do it like this. We'll sample the record at 45. And then we'll slow it down on the key. That's okay, cool. So that's how we was getting like loops. We'll hand do our loops. And we had 2 cassette decks. Actually, I still got the original cassette deck over here.
Wow.
I will show you, but it's way over in the corner. But
right.
So what we'll do is record the drum machine with the verse first. Put that up there. Then we record down here and let this one play back, and we'll overdub.
Okay.
Now we're dropping ad-libs, and we dropping scratches, and we'll drop samples.
Right.
Like with our head. You know, it was just dope. So we started taking demos up to HBK, doing stuff like that. So I'm sorry it just took so long of that, but I got so much. There's so much stuff to talk about. This went all over the world, but
yeah. Now, let's do this. You know, for all you viewers out there, you know, we're speaking with a legend here, and we got a lot of information to cover, but not a lot of time. So, but right now, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to pick up where we left off. And we're going to also acknowledge some of the comments that's been coming in. Thanks for everyone for tuning in, showing some love. We're going to acknowledge y'all in just a moment. But stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick commercial break.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the RYC Live show this evening. This is Fresh Fridays, and I'm your host tonight, Artistic, and we got our special guest, the man DJ Titan Davis. So, man, listen, see, and some of you all, this is why this is so important, because we're showing how there's a connection. Because some of you all may not know who he's talking about. Some of you may know them as Stony Island, but before they were Stony Island, they were Ice Incorporated.
Exactly. Yep.
So, and I think it's very interesting to really highlight, because back then, for some of you that may not know, there were other organizations here in Chicago, and as Titan mentioned already, East Rock Nation. And for many years, I didn't even know I didn't know who had founded East Rock Nation. I remember hearing it, and I was just like, wow, what, and when I found out, I was like, wow, that was y'all.
Yeah. The East Side wasn't getting no love, so we had to come in like, Chiraq, oh no. So we get it now. And what's beautiful about that with meeting LP Raven, he actually introduced me to some guys from Chiraq. He actually brought me to my first meeting.
Gotcha.
So when I got there, like, it was at the Museum of Science and Industry, and saw all these like-minded people, DJs, writers, and rappers and breakers, and it was just everybody embraced each other so easily. It wasn't like me looking at them like that. It's like, we all doing the same thing, so we vibing.
Yep.
That's what's missing in the game now. None of that's happening no more. But that's how I got introduced to Chiraq and the brothers. Actually, I take it to go back.
Okay.
Raven was having a birthday party in his yard.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, man, this promoter's coming over, man. Oh, this kid, he's good. He throws some nice parties, man. What's his name? Oh, his name Kingdom Rock. Okay. Kingdom Rock come through. We throw the yard party. I was a DJ, and what's called it? This other guy, I can't remember his name. I hate that. Just forgive me. I'm getting old, y'all. So I met Kingdom. Kingdom don't even remember it. I said, man, you had on a dirty Adidas suit, but you was Kingdom Rock, Right. I mean, everybody, we were all the freshest, but yeah, man, I do my thing and this, that, and other. And all of us ended up meeting up when I went to my first meeting in Chiraq. This is a little bit after past B Street.
Okay.
But meeting was great. It was snow outside where I remember going. That's how I met Warlord, which I met Rhythm X there because he was going to call himself Bass Pro.
Okay.
And then me and Tommy, he had the song called Hardcore that was so dope. Oh my God. Because we used to carry, somebody had a radio around. Anybody in Chiraq, somebody had a radio.
Right.
And he played the demo, and when we would play our songs for each other, and we give real constructive criticism where wasn't really hate at all. It was like, yeah, that's dope, but I think you do something better. Just like when you have ciphers and bring people in to join our organization, we'll put you in a circle. Okay, let me see what you got.
Yeah.
Dope rhyme, and we say, okay, hold that thought. We'll turn around, they leave them right there, saying, man, he pretty good. I think what y'all want to do? Let's let them do another one. Do another rhyme. Okay, yeah, that was a little bit better, blah, blah. Go back out. Hey, man, what y'all think? Yeah, he called, you know what? Let's just not come back next week with another round. We decide then. Hey, man, we think you're pretty good, but we want to hear something more out of you. Come back next week, man. We'll make our decision. Okay, cool. And no one left with hurt feelings. Nobody was ready to fight and kill each other. It was just, you accepted what they told you, good or bad.
Yeah.
But it was done with such, I wouldn't say even professionalism. It was done with heart. It was said from the heart and being truthful. And I love that about what Chiraq was about. And I was, a proud member. I still consider myself a member, but right now I would call myself an old school elite guy. So
yeah. That's interesting. This is why this is so important to talk, because I never knew that Raven introduced you to you know, and that just shows how much of an important role all of us are to one another. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, and how we first met each other. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy about that with the Kingdom situation? You know, that same day you got damn near 80 strong walking through the museum together. But if you remember that scene on B Street when they was walking through the subway,
Yep.
just imagine that's what we look like to other people.
Yeah.
Had on dirty, gigantic coats with fur on it, and fat lace shoes and graffiti jackets and shit. Like, you seen all that, and people got kind of scared, so they asked us to leave the museum. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Hey, you gotta leave.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we knew what it was, so
right.
End up going across the street to the shelter. It wasn't no name to it then. It was no name. So let's go over here. We went over there, and from that point, we held our meetings there. Now let's fast forward. When they went through Public Enemy, Public Enemy was like the hottest shit out there.
Right.
And when they dropped Welcome to the Terror Dome, that song stuck in my head so crazy. It was my favorite song. Besides, You're Gonna Get Yours, because I like hyped up music like that.
Yeah.
So when I came back to the shelter for the next Chiraq meeting, this is like years later.
Yeah.
I kept saying, man, we need to name this joint the Terror Dome because it's dope. And Public Enemy was in my head, man. Welcome to the Terror. This is the Terror Dome. Fear was there when I said it. All y'all was there.
Yeah.
And at the time, I remember this so well. Design, that was my boy. I love that dude. Design. Every time he said, Design, Tyler, we run, hug each other. I put my back and we run around like a fool, horse around.
Right.
My dude, man, all of them was there, and we dubbed it the Terror Dome from that day. Now, let Kingdom tell you, way back when we got kicked out, let's go to that Terror Dome looking thing over there. I love you, brother. You still my man. No, that's not what give you props. So
yeah, that actually makes a lot of more reasonable sense because of the song. Like you said, this Public Enemy was dope to a lot of us.
Yes.
And that because I remember when I first looked over there after they didn't want us to come into the museum anymore, and they didn't even want us on their property. Like when we got kicked out, we were still kind of hanging on the steps and in the parking lot, and they was just like, y'all got to get off of the property. And then we was like, what's that little shelter over there?
Yeah, let's go over there. Right.
And like you say,
it had a name. It was no name to that.
Yeah.
It wasn't protecting us from the snow and rain.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So it made perfect sense to be like, let's, like you say, that Terror Dome. Let's call this the Terror Dome, because it made sense. It was,
This is the Terror. The song was dope. This is dope. This is the Terror Dome, y'all. Call it the Terror Dome. Everybody agreed, and that was that.
And that's a really part of our legacy right now. After we submitted ourselves there, various other peoples around Chicago came and did certain things there, videos and meetings, and I was like, wow. I was like, this is an iconic site now.
And before we even had Empire, before we had all these different units within a unit, I met Vakil there. I met Lorski and DJ EQ there. There was a crew. And when I moved from the suburbs, moved from the east side to 63rd, my pops had passed right after I graduated 8th grade. And that kind of changed me a little bit. But my music was always with me because he was instrumental in that too. We moved to 63rd and Sealy. That was the worst thing in the world because my mom ended up dating this guy that she worked with, and he had bought a house over there. He bought the house on 63rd and Sealy. And first I hated him because he's the new guy coming in, and you can't even replace my dad. Who the F you think you are? And You know, I was a rebellious teen then, so I guess he wanted to get on my good side because when I moved over there, anybody from Chiraq that wanted to come to my crib would come. So I would have the whole No Pity committee come to my. Imagine somebody letting you 30 people in your basement. They coming in, and they all, how you doing, Miss Dave? 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 Going past, look, how you doing? Just going on downstairs. They knew that I was into music. I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I wasn't doing nothing wrong. As you can see where I'm at, because gang banging was at the all-time high.
Yes.
People was getting popped off and hurting. Either you gonna join or get whooped every day and all that.
Right.
You have to deal with that. And on that, and me moving to the 63rd area, which would be Inglewood, I got close with Lo Maya, aka Rhythm X, the original rhyme version in Rhythm X, and not the DJ producer Rhythm X. I didn't meet them. So by doing that, I was hanging out with them. And also, how I met RJ was crazy because RJ, I didn't know him, but I heard him through DJ E. He said, man, these dudes are dope. And he played me a demo of theirs called I Ran a Red Light. And it was cold, like it's professionally done. And then when I moved over 63rd, I met these other guys, which is my other crew. They was Devious 3, which was Hellraiser and DIE. You know, and it was me. And we met up, and they was telling me about RJ. Man, he went all the talent shows. He cold. And by him, and this another dude named Ice Cold, the Rap Warrior. And then you get great. Rapper Take the Great, they got records, and you had the MF Boys. They was schooling me and all these people. Like, man, we're gonna be better than all of them. I ain't heard none of them. We're gonna hear them, and we're gonna be better than all of them. So we formed a little group, and that's what it was. We even had a white boy in our group named Warren. He used to call himself White Ice. And
wow. Hey,
only white boy coming through the hood.
Real quick, let me shout out to brother DIE checking in. Says Titan Devious 3 in the building.
Yeah, what up? My man DIE.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we did a lot of demos at Chainsaw Crib, man. Chainsaw from our Ill State Assassins. That dude helped me out a whole lot, man. You know, Chainsaw had the R8 drum machine he was creating bass lines and drum. He was cold with it. And he had the Yamaha VS8, VS880s, little sample, just like the Casio, but that one sampled at 5 seconds.
Okay.
And he was making dope demos over there. Everybody go to Chain Crib. Chainsaw, let me tell you, man, Ill State back then was like NWA. It was the Chicago version of NWA to me because they act like them, they sound like them, but they had their own little twisted thing, because it was really Chain, Lord Ski, and EQ, and then Determination, and then you had a Duchess, the Dutchie. I remember meeting Ange, this, that, and the other, and I just remember all that. But it's so much memory, but we only got short time. But I'm gonna shout out all y'all right now. Love all y'all. Salute. It's just right now. We tell my story, it's gonna take 10 hours. I'm gonna be very honest with you.
Shout out to my boy, my homeboy Chainsaw. We interviewed him some weeks ago, so he's doing well. And just shout out to that brother because I always love the story that he tells when he said Riot told him he knew how to DJ and he let him come up and get on his tables and he said he was about to tear his equipment up.
Yeah. Crazy. Shout out to Riot 1 too.
Yes, sir.
What's crazy about that? Me and Riot, before Ham we was gonna be a production team, me and Riot. And he said, man, I remember this like yesterday because he would come to my crib and I would go to their crib out to be Wells. This time people jumped on the bus and didn't care. You ain't worried about nobody trying to hurt you or rob you, nothing. Just get on and go.
Right.
And I would go to the project frequently. So right. He said, man, we should call ourselves the Too Funky Squad.
I remember that.
I said, no, that's Too Funky Squad. I don't know about that. I don't know, right? But needless to say, me and him didn't end up doing production together, but we were still cool.
Right.
Him and Chain became the Too Funky Squad.
Yep.
So, not Chain lived right across. He lived like next door to him. So
right.
it became that. Man, look, me, Chain, a whole bunch of people, we birthed a lot of guys, man, in the production game and even in the rap game, though. So we could talk about a little of that if you want to. Have these shit.
Definitely, because you all also had a whole clan of people called the Empire Destruction, right?
Empire, what's crazy about that? The Empire was a collective of No Pity Committee, Ill State Assassins. Originally, I think DAT was supposed to be a part of that. Devious 3 was a part of it, but they end up going into wanting to be Ill State. And I didn't have no grudges with that if that's what Hell and K wanted to do. I mean, not Hell. Hellraiser and DIE wanted to do. That's, I had no problem with that because the way I saw it back then, we still in the same clique. It's just that you want to be a part of a bigger organization. That's fine. I was never one to say, hey, you can't do that. Do your thing,
Yes.
Grow. If you want to grow. I'll never stop anybody wanting to leave and grow, So when that came about, man, we was like terrorizing people, man, but it wasn't to do it to get fame. It was just a bunch of niggas all together, I ain't saying it like that, but now that right there, you would consider that like the original Wu-Tang Clan of a bunch of hardcore dudes and females together,
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Andy C too, because Andy used to host a lot of parties in his apartment, man. We would come deep. I got a lot of stories too about that, I can even talk about when the time Ride got drunk and Kingdom was drunk over at Andy's house. We poured hot sauce down his throat while he sleep and stuff. And Kingdom, we was on the L. We was on the 63rd Street L, going back to where we go. Everybody's getting out where to get off at to get home. And Ride jumps off the train. And not jump off train, he jumped off the platform and started tap dancing on the third rail, dude.
Yeah, Ride was always
yesterday. Like, niggas, you crazy.
Hey, let me send a shout out to my homeboy DJ Hand Solo. What's happening, my brother?
What's happening?
He's just checking in, saying peace.
What's happening? Peace.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
also real quick, shout out to Uncle Hud in the building. He says, Artistic and Titan, I'm loving the show. Good vibes tonight with y'all.
Salute, Hud. What's happening, man? Long time, bro. So again, all this, me becoming Titan, big class Titan, that happened when me and Vakil was actually crewmates. He was the MC. I was more or less like kind of / DJ at the time. I wasn't really into production then. He had Hispanic for that, but Hispanic was really into production either. He was like freshly learning, you know what I'm saying? And this is the time when we did Boogeyman. So the original version,
I remember that.
I remember Sean C. We went to his crib to record, and it was dope how it came out. And I did the original scratches. The Faces of Death on Wax. What about humanity? Get the Faces of Death on Wax. What about humanity? We was doing it like that. But we ended up doing the remix of Boogeyman, and Hispanic didn't particularly know how to put the sounds together that Vi wanted. He had to, we would go record shopping religiously. I would pay for the records, or Fear would steal them, one of the other. Oh God, we can talk about that too another time, but he had to do it, and I ended up putting the order together on how the sample should run for the remix of Boogeyman, because that very same night, Empire was having something at the Gargoyle. So Vakil was set to rap. And man, we did that Boogeyman, man. We went crazy that night, dude. Wow. And we was all on the little evil tip or whatever that at the time. So, and this real talk too, we started horrorcore.
Oh, I already know. Can you talk about that a little bit, Titan?
So No Pity Committee. It's really on Vakil. Vakil at the time was going by Lyric Destroyer X. he was kicking that, and I actually brought that into. Oh God, hold on, man. Never mind. I ignore that. Anyway, I brought that to my guys, Devious 3. That's how we got all these names like Hellraiser and DIE, and I was always Big Class though, but then I started calling myself Damien Thorne. Okay. That's the name I started using. Then Mac Damien took that name. He started calling himself Macadamian Thorne.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. He's a nut, which is we can talk about all that, man. So we was doing Vakil was really the spearhead of that, man. We started that. We was at the time called Dead Poet Society, and he had he needed another DJ because I was like, man, look, the scratches he want, I wasn't really prepared to be that super fast with it, but Hispanic and them had a guy named Albert Esposito, and he, his DJ name, he was a house DJ by the name of Albert Ready to Rock E at the time. Okay. And me and Vakil was tossing names and stuff around for everything because everything was on Evil Tip, and I was a horror fan. I said, we're going to call it Witchboard. He said, why you say that? Because witch is a wicked, and our production is too. So Witchboard, Mixboard, Witchboard. He said, oh, okay, yeah, that's dope, blah, blah, blah. Hispanic. He said, okay, we call Hispanic His Panic. His Panic. You panic when he's dopeness. Okay, what about the DJ? Well, if he's going to be killing the cuts, Mix Massacre. That's dope. Massacre. So originally, we switched from Dead Poet to Witchboard. That's the original.
Yeah, so y'all was Dead Poets, and then we went to Witchboard?
Then we went, it was supposed to be actually Witchboard Productions, but it was like more Witchboard than anything. And that kicked off, and Vakil got everybody excited. That's how you had cats like Nightmare, Venom Hemlock, Cannibalistic the Headhunter, and Sinister Death, and doing their thing. And Vakil that made the 5 Fingers of Death, and I was just actually the extra dude in it. Became No Pity Committee. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So those guys was doing their thing and stuff, and that Hellraiser and Die saw that like, oh man, this is dope. So it was like so much excitement going on with all that. But see, we going with that. Me and Vakil had a falling out after me and Riot had a fight because Vakil sent me over to Riot crib because Riot took a sample we was gonna use.
Right.
I went over there and I was like, yo, man, this is yo, man, you can't use that. How you gonna steal our sample? And Riot raised up. I'm like, man, I can use well, you can't tell nobody what to use. I said, man, but we was gonna use that sample. How you gonna do that? I went over there. So Chain got in between us, and I'm just keeping it 1,000. Chain got in between, man, y'all cut that out, man. I said, yo, man, you stealing this, that. So Riot sucker punched me. Knock my glasses off and that. That's okay. Chance said, man, what you do that for? That's tight, I said, it's cool. So he said, man, y'all go outside. And I stopped him at Chainsaw's bedroom door. I said, man, you really just going to hit me like that? Right, so what you going to do? And I just socked him and he fell in the closet. And I dived in on him. So we fighting in the closet. Riot gets up, run outside, and he called all the GDs in the neighborhood. Real talk. We talking real history. I'm not going to tell y'all no lies.
Yeah.
Man, we got a hook over here. We got a hook. And real spit, I was running with the Stones, right? So, because I was over from Terror Town. So, man, Chain said, man, what the fuck you doing? So Chain would not let none of these niggas touch me. I mean, it had to be about 30 of them come out. For real. They was trying to hit me with bats and bottles and bricks and whatever. So the bus came. I got on the bus, man. Went on. I said, okay, that's what we on ride. Bet. I can tell you this, it's some shit, boy. So after that, what transpired, me and Vakil, I talked to him, man, I was bogus, this, that, and the other. And something that happened when we got into it, man, and I started messing with him. So I took the name Witchboard and I started hanging out with Rhythm X and Nate Crew. Yeah. And then we rehashed it, to make a long story short, because we rehashed it from what they was doing. We made a collective called the Chill Billies, and then we became the Anthill Mob, We had Anthill Mob. That was our posse. And we said, you know what? Witchboard. We'll be Witchboard. So they started rhyming. It was RJ, me, and Rhythm X. DJ LEV and DJ Warlord.
Wow.
Crazy,
See, now,
right?
that's crazy because I never knew. So in other words, Witchboard was originally with Vakil in them.
Yes.
With you and Vakil in them before
me
and that was before you connected with IJ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because RJ was already doing this. Like I said, DIE and like, that's this dude. RJ, he went all the talent shows. This dude, he cold. He got 45s and this, that, and other. RJ would come out with a stack of 45s and throw them out in the audience. His mother pressed up 45s. This dude was wearing glitter BK suits and matching shoes, man. He was like MC Hammer without the rhyming rap. He was like MC Hammer as far as the effects of being an entertainer.
Right.
You know, before MC Hammer came out, the man was out there doing this thing, and they loved RJ.
Yeah.
So
I remember RJ used to always be like, "Where the rappers at? Where the rappers at?"
Yeah, because he always was so but you know what's crazy? That record that he put out way back then is worth. I talked to DJ Meaty Ogre. That 145 right now is worth $5,000.
Oh overseas. Wow!
So if anybody got, I know LEV probably got about 5 or 6 of them left. I said, man, they worth 5 G's a piece, man. You better. They want those records overseas. Take all the old Chicago presses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were also Chillbillies, huh?
Yeah, it was me, RJ. It was another dude named Shy J. You know who that is?
Is that the Shy J from the DVS crew?
I'm not sure because I haven't seen him like twice.
Okay, because they had a Shy J in their crew too.
Shy J, it was Warlord. It was Chris Black. Yeah, it was a lot of them, but they was like the original Chillbillies. Okay. And I just hung out with those guys.
Was Shockwave with them as well?
Yeah, I think Shockwave was part of that too. So
gotcha.
I never met Shock until I heard him rhyming before on HBK.
Gotcha.
So when I actually met him, we became real good friends. I would come over to London town and everything, hang out with him. You know, we did things, man. You know, hanging out, going to visit each other, just to be doing things, man.
So let's talk about the beginning of your working on the project with Cavalier, as he was known back then, who later became Twista.
Well, we got to go back into that a little bit. Let's go way back, just a little bit. So that very same party that we was doing Boogeyman, the recording for Boogeyman for Vakil, that very same night, King the Rock had brought those boys up there to the Blue Gargoyle. He said, "Yo, man, he's got from the West Side. They cold, man. You know, they call Fatal and it's Cab, this Creator, and this is Connect Flow, man. They cold, this, that, and the other." So we looking at, what's up, man? You know, let's bust a cipher. We had a cipher. They get the rhyme, and these dudes was cold, ice cold. And I be honest with you, me personally like Connect Flow better.
Okay.
Because his flows more real to the point where it's like professionalism. You get his punk pronunciation.
Yeah.
He was clean with his rhyming. The dude could be a super mega star in my eyes. I like that flow. But Cav was dope too. All of them was witty because they had the concepts together, you know, and I'm kicking, man, like what enough of this hanky panky. Suckers want to spank me, but I'm just too damn stanky, funky, smelly, with more hits than R. Kelly. He said you couldn't do something with kicks from Jim Kelly because I'm Connect Flow, the unthinkable, well known for things. He was just dope. I actually still got the original demo we did called Target. Wow. I have that on NAS MP3. I have that. So, but when he was rapping, like, okay, they dope. Yeah, they want to join. They want to join Empire. I said, yeah, hell yeah. So no. Let him do that rhyme. Do that rhyme, man. Y'all be talking about. I said, what you talking about, man? Do that rhyme. You heard his other style. Check this out. So he did Mr. Tongue Twister right there, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, damn, that's cold. And I I'm the only person, and we all knew that the flow came from the originators, which is
Yes.
Jay-Z and Jaz-O.
Yes.
How that came about was Connect said, I had a bet with this dude, with Twista, so that he couldn't do it longer and better. Twista, okay. Well, Cass, okay, I bet I can. And he came up with Mr. Tongue Twister.
Okay.
So at that time, they had a talent show they was trying to do. And I was at Jackson Park. So originally, Kingdom wanted Chainsaw to do it. Chain, like, I don't know what to do with that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So he just didn't want to take the responsibility of dealing with it because he had other projects maybe that he was working on. But nevertheless, I said, I could do something for that. So can you? Yeah, because at that time when I was doing production for everybody, I would say it at the end of my rhymes. I mean, in every song, Titan producing everybody. That was my quote. Titan producing everybody. So I went home and I was trying to find something to put together, and I couldn't really find anything that matched it because we were sampling it.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to other tracks. So Cav say, well, I like this song and I like this. And then I start listening to these different tracks. And then once we got all the stuff together, I said, I know what to do with this. We got to the studio, which I paid for. I was going to Mandoga Studio on Jackson and Ashland. Remember, I was working. I had a little bit of, I was working.
Right.
So we go to Ashland Jackson to Mandoga Studio, same place Vakil recorded Boogeyman, and we did the song, Mr. Tongue Twister, and he actually did that for a show. Now at this time, at the same time, me and Vakil beefing because we had got into that little thing about Ride or whatever, and everything else they fall into it, and we was all Ansar Allah, so we would go to to Juma. We go to the Muslim class right there off of 76 in Cottage Grove. We go there, and we would practice, under the teachers of Dr. York and all that. Cooley Mac, what up, bro? Salute. So
yeah, what's up, Cooley Mac? Shout out. I didn't even see the comment come in. Nice to hear. He says, "Prop to Titan." Thanks, Artistic. Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you for checking in with us, Cooley Mac.
That's my brother, man. I love that dude. He's dope producer, phenomenal. Always been on point, man. So salute to that guy, man.
Yes, sir.
Mac. So Cav and Va did not like each other.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Oh, Cav didn't like Vakil. Vakil didn't like Cav, and nobody liked the Aztec, because Aztec was a liar.
Yeah, I knew about that at least.
He was a liar. He's still a liar. He's my brother, but he's a liar, man. I try to stay away from as much as possible, even though, we try to get days where Witchboard get together. We go to the movies all the time,
Okay.
Out kicking Miaje, Rhythm X and Aztec, but I kind of say less about him, but we're gonna keep it, positive. So
you say it. So is this in the beginning with Cav and Vakil?
Yeah, this is the very beginning of why they didn't, because something about Vakil was talking about Cav in class, and he used it in a rhyme. Don't you know that Nubians ain't never supposed to whisper? Say, say your name backwards because you don't like Cav. Fucked up on the left and fucked up on the left by death, and I'm gonna mess up the right half. Did you ever catch that in that rhyme?
Oh wow. I don't even think I remember hearing it.
Yeah, listen to the rhyme. You like, oh shit. Verbally Diseased in the building. Salute.
Yes, sir. Check it in. Shout out to Verbally Diseased.
Man, those dudes, man, listen. I can never say enough about PD and Sai Sensei and Ali, all those guys over there, Verbally Diseased, man. Y'all been around for a minute. So,
yes,
but
sir.
we have much love to y'all, brother. To this day, y'all been the same. So shout out to Donnell and all those guys over there. So that's what that was about. So he dissed Cav, and Cav dissed Vakil, and then he dissed Aztec in that very same rhyme.
Okay.
If you listen to it, go back and listen to it, man. He let him have it. And at the time, that was a good look because we all family, but the diss is happening. It happens in family, so you gotta let them go to war.
Right.
So even Def made a song called Funeral Service talking about vibe.
Yeah.
It was, man, there was so much stuff going on. I got all these recordings still, man, all of them.
Wait, hold on, wait. So the song that Def made called "Funeral Service" that was about who?
Rakim.
Wow. Now I gotta go. Now I gotta go listen to that.
Which one? Wait, Funeral Service or something? I think he got 2 joints. I'm thinking for sure it's Funeral Service. Okay. Yeah, it's crazy, man, because then it was about Def sounding like Vi or Vi sounding like Def. It was just crazy, all this internal beefing going on, man. And,
yeah.
You know, but Rakim right now, you know, we made our amends a long time ago, man. You know, we was kids.
Yeah.
Back then we was youngest. We was like preteen, minor adults. It's like I call it minor adults. And back then, Rakim was skinny as a bean, man. He was a string bean back then. And now, if you look at him, man, you would think 5 million times before you walk up on that man.
Yeah, he looked like a straight up superhero.
Yeah, he's like it because he was into comic books too. He still is, I'm a comic nerd. And me and him even had a drawing contest before. It was just crazy, man. I drew Wolverine fighting ninjas, and he drew this big picture of the Incredible Hulk stomping people out. I'm like, damn. So they just drawing, But that was that. But all right. So back to those guys doing that, and needless to say, we finished the demo. We did the contest at Jackson Park. He was privileged by DJ E to have a copy of my tape that I had to hunt down for years.
Yeah, and you know what's so interesting though? When I got the tape from DJ E, I thought the tape was his.
No,
he never told me that the tape was yours.
Yeah. I'm like, man, where's my tape? He was like, what tape you talking? I said, man, you came to my crib. You wanted a copy of the tape because your Rebel was on that same show.
Yeah.
And Lord Skin was on that same show. And Too Crucial was on that same show.
Right.
You say you want a copy, you're going to give it back. You never gave it back to me. I was like, where's my tape? And then Lance said, yo, Lab, I'm like, man, I'm getting my tape. Hook or crook, I don't care where you got it. That's my tape.
Yeah.
Because I got the tape from Dwight Mix's Magic. He the one had my tape. It was his tape at first. He gave it to me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But it's crazy. Even with Rebel XD, me and Rebel XD went to high school together, and he came saw me out looking for me to battle me and rhyme because they heard about this dude. Oh, he could rap, and I was like, yeah, And he came in and he did his little flow, but he wasn't twisted or nothing like that. Rebel was like on some Big Daddy Kane type stuff, which was dope. But I was tight, I still remember the rhyme I said against him. He said, you dope. So you remind me of Kumo D. I said, nah. I said, to me, that's an insult because Kumo, I liked him, but dude. I like G-Rap and Rakim. So I kind of patted my style behind those dudes.
Right.
So, but needless to say, we became good friends. And his name wasn't even Rebel XD back then. He even had no name. Yeah, so I can't remember what he was calling himself. And then he liked it. Because we had the XD Posse, which is extremely dope. Extremely dope. That's
extremely dope. Is. Yeah.
So he liked that, and he put it on that, and we was Public Enemy heads and Rebel XD. There it is, and he ran with it. Boom, there it is.
Yeah.
So I brought him into the fold of Shy-Rock. So me and E was actually, while we was DJing in the hood, we was doing house parties at hip hop production way back when. But you couldn't do both around everybody else because back then they thought, house music was for fags or, homosexuals. And which really it did start in the gay clubs, but it really wasn't about the music. It was about, it was about the music, not the culture of, in the gay community. It just so happened that's where the music landed at,
Right.
It was dope music. So we was doing, the women liked it. So we was like, hey, let's do this. Right. So, but all of us was part of Shy-Rock. But when that happened with Cav, needless to say, he won that contest. And then we did another contest. He won that one. And it caught the attention of Eric the Wiz. Now, Eric the Wiz heard him. He wanted to manage him. He took the tape. And this at the time I was telling you, I ended up moving to Justice, Illinois. I was in the west suburbs, and they claimed, I didn't know nothing about no deals. And this is before deal kicked off. He just started managing Twista. Well, he changed the name from the Tongue Twister to Tongue. It was Tongue Twister, not Twister. Tongue Twister.
Right.
So
right.
He was using that, and then one day, I ended up getting a job working for 106 Jams with El Tranzel in the morning. So I was Tyrone Chittenfoot with El Tranzel. So I would we talk about the sports, and I make fun of stuff in the sports, and I miss the sports. I'm like, man, that Michael Jordan show made a home run. The ladies, what you talking? No, because Tyrone was a drunk. He was a drunk bum, but he was sort of like Mudbone. He knew everything. That's who you talk to. So, I heard the song Mr. Tongue Twister on 106 Jam. I'm like, no, I'm sorry, GCI at the time. It was GCI.
Okay.
And I heard I was whipping back and forth the channel. To stations. And I heard that, but it wasn't the same version. It was a remix version. It had the Apache drums in it. I'm like, what the hell is this? So I called the radio station. I said, man, how the hell y'all playing my track, my song, and remixing? Talking about shout out to the super producer Cooley. He ain't produced it, I did. So who is this? I said, this is Titan. Titan? Oh man, this Eric the Wiz, we've been looking for you. For what? Man, we got to talk to a cab, he got a record deal. We need to holler. I said, okay, well, I live here. I come in and call me. So I don't know. I'm his manager now. We're going to holler. So we went, came to my crib. He came to my crib. I told him to make sure to bring Cav. He come to my door. Cav ain't with him. I'm like, what Cav's? Oh, he busy doing this. I even called Cav right there on my phone to see if he was at home or whatever. No one answered his phone. So he said, yeah, we got a deal for him, and man, we need the masters, and we need you to sign this. I said, man, I'm not finna just sign anything, man. So let me see the contract. So I'm looking at it. I said, I'm gonna let my manager I'll handle this. What you mean? I said, I got a manager. What you mean? Because me and RJ and Rhythm X signed the Life Records with Dandy Shades, who's still he's still my manager to me.
Okay.
When it comes down to doing things, as far as production, you holler at him or you holler at me directly if you know me. But I gave him the contract. Said, oh no. I said, Titan, don't sign this shit, man. I said, why not? Dude, they pretty much telling you if you sign this, all your royalties go back into the record label, and you ain't gonna get shit.
Wow.
So what? So I said, well, type me up another contract and tell them what I want. So he typed up the contract, and I gave it to Eric the Wiz. So this is what I want. I wanted $5,000 for the track, and I wanted 5 points in royalties.
Okay.
And he was, man, we can't do that, man. But I'm gonna see what I can do with as far as that. So they ended up cutting me a check, but they didn't give me my royalties. So my manager said, you know what? Just cut the royalties all the way out. So what you do is tell them to keep your name credit. Because like he said, because if Cav blow up and your name on as a producer, you gonna blow up anyway.
Right.
Okay, cool. We did that. Cav video came out. You would think that he would put me in the video. I talked to Cav by this time because I already signed the contract. I said, look, I need these masters back. I thought at that time to give him the masters, he's gonna make a copy of it or whatever and give my stuff. On that same reel is Vakil stuff. What's his name? Maurice Flowers, DMF. DMF stuff was on there, and I had some RJ stuff on there. I had some of my stuff on there. We had the big reel, so he never gave me my reel back. So I'm like, man, what's going on? Blah blah blah. I said, man, we flying to California to do the video. I said, okay, cool. Huh? Tyrone Chittenfoot get to be in the video. I get to be in the video still. Oh no, no. The budget don't cause for you to come down. I said, what you mean? I can't come down. I'm on the song. Oh, they just gonna leave that part like it is. I said, that don't make sense. Because in the original, the way I wanted the video to go, which would be, this is my scenario of how the video should have went. If you see the video, you see they pushing him down the gurney, right? He rapping and stuff all fast.
Right.
That's garbage. Cab was a newbie, right? Islam, Hebrew.
Right.
Both of us was. So where I see it, I was gonna have him coming out the house late, and he's reading off a notepad of what he want to say, and he rapping fast, and he running, and he going down the street, and he trips over me. I was, hey man, what you doing? You know, I'm in the alley, and he coming to the theater. He's going to perform at the Regal.
Okay.
I said, what you doing, man? You disturbed my night, man. That's up with Tyrone Chitley's foot, man. You know. So I'm sorry. And he gets to run, and he rapping, and he gets to the Regal Theater, and he go on stage, and then somebody else. I mean, he go back there, and then I'm late. So man, so you go on in 2 seconds, man. Come on, what? You ready? He said, yeah. And then I'm coming behind him because I'm mad because he tripped over me, and messed me up, and waking me up. And I was gonna run in while he rapping, see him doing. I see what he's doing with the practice rap. So, oh shit! So I was gonna run and grab the mic for the MC and say, "Hey, what's happening, y'all? This is Tyrone Chitley's foot down with the fucking tongue twister." He's gonna look stupid, like, so, that's how I'm seeing. Like, what the hell is you doing, man? You gonna drop straight ignorant, dumb fucking stuff, baby. So turn up the radio and get down to tongue twister, kick it, G, and then he just come out, let the Kevin start. He started rapping. That would make more sense. Yeah, that would have been a better video scene. Dude, I have all this. I've been having this in my head for years. How that should have went. Yeah, but it didn't happen like that. Wow. So the video was generic. Eric the Wiz pocketed all the money. He pocketed all that bread. Wow. He said he had no budget to bring nobody. His now wife, well, his then wife, Rashida B, was there. I introduced him to her. Jihad was there in the video. Mm-hmm. Eric the Wiz is there. Now, you got money for people that has nothing to do with the song to be there. But I couldn't be in the video to play Tyrone Chitley for you. Got some other dude don't know what I'm saying, trying to lip sync to what I'm saying, looking stupid. Yeah, yeah. And when was that? What was that? 91, Titan? 91, 19. This is way before Wu-Tang, way before Fat Joe, way before Bob Beat got signed to Loud Records. Steve Rifkin put his last on Cab to be the first rap artist because it was switching over from R&B. They had Phyllis Hyman as the artist, only artist on that label. They were switching from R&B to rap, and Cab was the first. Wow, that's amazing. And what I learned, you can go on look on DJ Vlad. Yeah. Look up the Steve Rifkin interview about Twista. He'll tell you the budget that they had for him and everything, dude. I was shocked. Like, wow, y'all straight lied to me about everything, dude. Wow. So let's talk a little bit more about the whole how a functioning producer works, because I mean, like, you just kind of described a deal that really went bad, especially for you. Yeah, me, Quicksilver Cooley, rest in peace, and Rhythm. As far as me being a functioning producer, I sit and think about music every day, and I just come up with different concepts and ideas all day long. Right. And then I sit down and I lay down these concepts and I store them and wait for the right person. I just don't give them to anybody. Right. It has to be the right person, right flow, right everything. I kind of step away from hip hop because at the time when 2000 came, hip hop was still dope. It was still relevant, and it was money to be made. I was doing residencies at the Blue Note, Double Door, Lava Lounge, June Bar, Betty Blue Star. I could have been at the Red Dog with Jesse De La Pena in them, but I couldn't. I didn't have a car yet, and I was refusing to bring my crates on the L train. Right. But my protege was there, 33 and the Third. Actually, Ice Incorporated. Lavi introduced me to him when he didn't even have a name. It was just Thomas. And he lived on 75th and Yates at the time, right around the corner. And I walked to 33 crib and checked him out. And he said, man, show him what you do. Show him what you can do. And I get on the tables. And I think the very first blend I did for him was Big Daddy Kane, Long Live the K, and I blended with salt and pepper, Let the Rhythm Run.
Mm.
And he said, wow. So why'd you blend those two together? I said, listen to the drum patterns.
Mm.
Similar drum pattern, right? Almost identical. So that's how you make a blend. Your blends have to be flawless.
Right.
You want it to sound like one song when you blend, and that's exactly what I did that day. Blend on the break, not with a vocal. When with hip hop and R&B, you blend on the chorus.
Okay.
And it made sense. Or the scratch break is the chorus on some hip hop songs.
Right.
And when I ran those together, it just sounded like magic. So he's like, "Oh, that's dope!" And found out we had similar interest in DJs like Cash Money, and Jazzy Jeff, who was our all-time favorite DJs. And we would frantically, like, I would call him, say, "Yo, I got this," and he's, "Oh man, I learned what's called scratch. Watch this," and he'll play it over the phone. Put the phone down and scratch. Dopeness, man.
Now let me ask you this, Titan. Do you think that since we come from Chicago, because I've been hearing this and I just want to see if it's true in your eyes, do you think that the Chicago DJs have had a better greater insight in terms of becoming a well-rounded DJ just because we have the house background, because of knowing and learning how to blend house music?
Yeah. We had pretty much the best of both worlds here, and a lot of Chicago DJs pride themselves on blends. Blends and scratching and beat juggling. That was our go-to. And if you didn't know how to do that, you wouldn't really want no DJ. That's how we go. A lot of New York guys, they pride themselves off their play, their sets of what they play and how they play it. But now, they're getting into their blends and the scratching is dope, but we always came on top at the time, at that time. Because now New York, they got some real heavy hitter killers, man. That's really, really dope with it. Like, shout out to my man who I manage, actually, Melstar, who I believe is like the ultimate DJ beast. And shout out to my man from Detroit, JC, who's like another killer DJ beast. And shout out to our heroes here. Caleb, even Han Solo, dope.
Yep.
Caleb, who's DJ Amadetrix, and then shout out to let me go by the name. Start with a T, the DJ champion from here.
Oh, Toltec. Yeah.
Tell you a story about that. And I don't mean to be, this is crazy because I didn't know him as Toltec at first. He was actually Flim Flam, DJ Flim Flam.
I heard somebody else told me that too.
What's crazy about that? Me and Funk One, Ben, who was part of Vega Productions with Aztec, guy with, DJ King Swift at the time was my partner in Table Manners, and Funk was too. Well, we still a crew. We just haven't did nothing together. But Funk was a good promoter, and he had the joint at the Blue Note. Hip hop has a home. Definitely HUD. We get together. But he had the thing at Blue Note we was doing. Hip hop has a home on Mondays, and we have a packed night every night. Every Monday night we do some all hip hop, R&B type of thing, and it was really dope. And then we started doing something around the corner at the Cadillac Lounge. It's a new little joint they had, and Funk had the privilege to be over there to do something there, and he brought in these groups called the Architects. These dudes, it's two white boys. They was dope. Flim Flam was dope. Dope DJ. Cut, scratching just insane with it. Now, but the problem was Flim Flam got scratch happy. He's like going crazy scratching, even while they rapping, you couldn't really hear them rap because he's scratching.
Right.
And they even looking like, man, cut it down, son. You just going crazy off you. And he was a young kid at the time.
Right.
So, he was feeling himself and everything. So after they did the show, they come upstairs and say, y'all dope. I said, man, y'all dope, but y'all, your man's here, man. got Scratch happy, man. And he said, man, fuck you nothing. He cussing me out like, dude, I'm flim, bitch. And they was videotaping this, right?
Oh, wow.
He got a camera and he's cussing me out real good, right? Obviously, he didn't know who Titan was. And they're filming, they laughing, what you gonna do about it? That's what they say. So I turned and looked at Funk, and Funk said, and it went in slow motion, no. I jumped over the tables, the turntables. Dived on and started bailing on him, busting him in his face, beating his. They grabbed me and everything, man, and pulled him, man. And I didn't let him go. I'm uppercutting. I'm holding his face, just hitting him in all his face. And I didn't want to do that. It was just that he called me a effing, fat itch ass nigga. He said nigga. That's what the kickoff was.
Yeah.
And I let his ass have it. I mean, I beat the Pope out that boy. He knocked him out. They had to drag him outside. So I'm pacing back and forth. I'm telling the owner, I'm sorry, I didn't mean for that to happen. He's like, it's okay. He started. He disrespected us. Man, I'm sorry. And then everybody in the audience is looking like, oh shit, I didn't mean for that to happen. And he said, y'all just leave. Just leave. Pack it up and leave. So we packing it up. Flim Flam left his headphones and his needles in his bag right there. I guess after they woke him up, he walked back in and you can see his eyes like swole, like right, it's black and swole right there. He's like, can I have my bag in my knee? I said, man, get your shit and get out of here. He grabbed his stuff up and left. So I talked to what's crazy, Papa Doc Melanoff.
Yeah.
I talked to him on the phone. I told him what happened. He said, damn, I worked with that kid. I saw him, man, his eyes swole like a mice, man. He's big and swole. And I asked him what happened. He said he got jumped. He got robbed and jumped. That's what he told Doc. And I said, what? And I told Doc what happened. But I didn't mean for that to happen. But, you disrespected me like that. Then years later, I didn't hear nothing about no Flim Flam, but I'm hearing all about this Toe Tech dude. And I'm seeing videos. I didn't recognize the kid.
Because he's older.
This dude dope, and our friends requested him and became friends. And, I'm following him, watching all his joints. Man, you dope. Keep doing your thing, because he was friends with my man Caleb, which is Ambidextrix. So, Funk hit me up and said, man, you know who Flim Flam is, right? Remember that kid Flim Flam? I said, yeah, I remember that. Like, what about it? We're friends with him. So, what you mean friends? Said he's Toe Tech. I said, no. Said, yeah, you said you beat him up pretty good that night, man. I said, no, man. And I don't know how to even approach this guy now because I've been big upping him and everything, man. And Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. We have had some bad experiences in Chicago, and even my man DJ Han Solo say Chicago needs to heal. So we got work to do.
It's a lot of work to do. Chicago has so much talent here. It's just that we have the mentality of I'm not gonna let this dude outdo me type of mentality. It's not like how it was when we was coming up. We enjoyed each other's talent and we worked with each other. That's right. How we did growing up in Chi-Rock and East Rock. We wanted everybody to make it back there. And now that people's making it, where's the love? Like Twista had a whole chance to, if he would have bought, just imagine if he bought me on.
Yeah.
Who else you thought was gonna come?
Right.
DA, RJ, Rhythm X, and they people get put on, and they people get put. That's how we pulled everybody in Chicago.
Yes.
But no. Even with Traxler situation, Traxler had plenty of opportunities to do what he did, but he made sure, which I don't blame him, to make sure he was straight first.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you want to make sure you're straight. But you have to bring your people on, man. You can't leave them out to starve, especially if you're one of us.
Yeah.
You have to bring people. I don't know Trax's situation, but I'm not speaking bad on her. I'm just wondering why that never happened. Even with LC did the 3 in the Chamber thing, they had the same opportunity too. Bring your people on.
So under the circumstances that we are under today, Titan, in terms of rap artists and DJs and producers, what do you think are some of the key ingredients to people becoming successful today? And I'm still talking about Chicago artists. Like, is there any hope?
Yeah, it's always something because they're doing it right now. They don't need record labels anymore. We don't need none of them because we learned the formula.
Right.
And I still go by the original formula. Leave well enough alone. Digital still sells. CDs, believe it or not, still sells. Cassette tapes still sells. Canada, that's all they use is cassettes and CDs. Why mess up old technology if it's still usable? It's still working for them.
Right.
Labels figured out they messed up with the vinyl thing because they see so many tourists out here that still use vinyl. Now they try to all of a sudden bring vinyl back, but they didn't try to get the money they could have got way back when. We was paying hella money for records back then. Especially buying DJs buying double copies. Imagine buying double everything you got.
Yep.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I done invested probably close to $300,000 in records. And I gave all my records away to one DJ. Well, I'll take that back. I sold 30 crates to some guys from France who flew in to go through my stuff. They got 30 crates, and I gave the other 20 crates to my man DJ Rock. I gave them to him because he came and helped me move. I said, "You want some records?" He's like, "Yeah, I want some records." Take them. He's like, "Are you for rent?" Take them.
Wow.
Take them. Know why? Because I already transferred all my stuff to digital. I'm on CDs. I still got my original CD book with all my stuff that I recorded myself.
Right.
On CD.
Wow.
So yeah, we still got a chance to make it out here, but with today's music, the music is horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah. Why do you think people are making horrible music?
Because there's money in violence, man.
Okay.
It's all money's in violence and drugs and sex. It's always been that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
People gravitate towards stuff they can relate to. When you go to the neighborhoods, especially in ran down neighborhoods, what do you see? People getting drunk. People already out there high on the corners, screwed up. I mean, smoking weed. Now that weed is legal, they smoking more than ever now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But actually, weed is medicinal. That's actually a downer drug. It don't make you want to go out and kill nobody. It make you want to eat, and sit down and chill. But the news for these kids doing this Molly and Leaf and all these new names I've never heard of, like, what the fuck is y'all doing? And now they think it's cool to glorify killing everybody.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's the new trend now. I'm gonna kill them and I'm gonna say I did it. Yeah, what you gonna do about it? Now, what the hell is all that about, man?
So how is it different in the house community in terms of making music today?
It's very different because in the house community, people just want to dance, smile, and have a good time.
Yeah.
They want to hear feel good music and reminisce on when the days of we were this. We was and it's just like that today, but it's still some internal stuff in that too. But it's not with the actual community. It's more or less the DJs bring their drama to the community.
Okay.
And then the community inadvertently get pulled into the bull. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple of situations with some major producers that tried to front on me and lie on me, this, that, and that. And then when I backed it up with the truth, now all of a sudden it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, truth set you free. Now, but everything, all that's a squash because, it's old news. It's 2 years ago. That's water under the bridge now. All of us to squash the issues and know now they give me respect because they see no matter how they look at it, I'm a part of that community and I'm dope at what I do. It's like I do this thing called beat it or delete it every time I make a track. Whereas I let my fans, friends, and family outsiders listen to what I do, and they have the choice to say if it's dope or not.
Okay.
Either delete it. Tell me. Don't do
Right.
it because it's family or friends or whatever. If it's dope, let me know so I can continue doing it. If it's whack, I'm gonna throw it in the garbage or redo it and work and make it better. I always keep engaged with the people that listen and buy and support my stuff. You have to.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people around tooting their own horn, own code, this, that, and the other. Okay, we can say that about each other's stuff, but put it out there in the universe and see what they say.
Yeah.
You can only accept the truth, you know, like, okay, this person's not a hater, they're saying this because you asked them to critique your stuff to the world. What is it, you know?
Right.
Same situation I had with DJ B-Vax. B-Vax is a good guy. Everybody's lovable guy, real cool, humble guy. But when you, again, if you put stuff out in the universe and ask them to say something about it or support what you're doing, you can't get mad when somebody like me come in and say, yo, maybe you want to take that mix down and redo that, bro. It's sounding like dude it.
Mm-hmm.
It's horrible. Dude, come on, fam. I love you. Take that. Oh, that's garbage. That's whack.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't take to that because now they're thinking I'm dissing him. No, a real friend would tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You could have did that on the side. I could have, but he put it on a public platform.
Right.
Now it's open for everybody to judge. So now you mad because I said it on the public platform where he put it?
Right.
Who's wrong?
Right.
But I was looked at as the bad guy for that. You know, I love Vax. I love his spirit. He's a good dude. His DJing, not so much. To me, it's always room for improvement. I had to go through 1,000 loops and jump through fire rings and everything to get to where I'm at now. I had to prove to a lot of people that I am who I say I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I chose my name now. It's now Abbott, the Abbott. Now in martial arts, the Abbott is the highest level of respect that you can get to. He's the elder. I get out of my chair now because I done been through what y'all been through. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I can sit down in my chair and, well, you know, did you try doing it this way? You know, I can talk to him like an old man now. You do this, my son, you know, and maybe, you know, and hopefully everything works out. If not, come back and see me. That's how I talk to people. Come and see me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an open book. You can come to my house anytime you want to.
Well, listen up, Titan. We kind of running out of time here, but so in conclusion, what do you have going on today? What's your current projects today you got going on?
Right now, I just came back from Detroit. Shout out to Detroit. Just did Charivari, man. You know, my young VIP joint. You know, I got to sit back there hiding out with the big wigs and stuff amongst heavy hitter name DJs and producers who love and respect me. I never knew that I had that much love coming from so many people that's all across the world. Charivari happens in Detroit every summer, and they have DJs fly from all over the world to be in one spot and mix and mingle with each other.
Okay.
And that was probably the dopest thing I did this summer so far. But the next thing I got world champion DMC 91 champion DJ Technique, who's a heavy follower of my remixes, invited me to come to Baltimore next week. I'm coming down to sit on the panel and talk and DJ that night. Paying me well, just like Charivari paid me well. So, you know, I still got money, you know, sitting around, hundreds around. I got money sitting around from the money I got, you know.
That's what's up.
I love that pay. You know, you go out of town, you get that real bread.
That's
so I'm going out there to do my thing there. Then after that, I'm going to New Jersey, hang out with my people. Hopefully I get up with Chanel, who is Redman's nephew, and maybe meet Red, you know.
Right.
So I got a lot of things happening. If cats want to check out my remixes and stuff, they can check me out on Titan Davis, the number 2 TitanDavis2.bandcamp.com, and check out the remixes that I do. I haven't did any hip hop in a minute, but of course, it's like riding a bike. You know it, you ain't gonna never forget how to ride a bike. I just ain't found nobody that's really worthy of me even stepping back into doing that type of stuff just yet. That caught my ear and made me want to just say, "Oh snap! I want to work with this kid," you know.
Right.
But if you got something for me, this is dope. Run it by me. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I'm very open. I'll tell you the truth. I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings out here. I'm just trying to keep it moving, keep it pushing to survive. You know.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Well, hey man, listen, man. It's been an honor and a privilege to sit here and chat it up with you, man. I'm glad we finally made it happen. You know what I'm saying? And I learned some things tonight, and I'm sure some of our viewers learned some things. And we want to thank all of you all for tuning in to the show. Check out my man DJ Titan Davis, you know, and hopefully we'll get around to doing
a part two.
A part two, yeah, because some of our history is so long, we got to do more than one.
Man, I had a lot of that because I can say what connects to what to get you these different people that you hear now. You know, it's so much to it. I just don't know, man. But I'm just humble and glad that I was able to be a part of such a wonderful show. Definitely will support what you guys are doing, and congratulations on all your endeavors that you're doing as far as the book and this wonderful show, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Always gonna be Shy-Rock for life, man. No pity.
All that,
man.
Yes, sir.
Everything, man.
So how can they for one last time, how can they catch up with you on social media platforms?
Social media, I'm on TikTok, Titan Davis. I'm also on Instagram, Titan Davis, Twitter, Big Clash. Facebook is under my government, which is Maurice Davis, and it says the Abbott in parentheses. And you can catch me also on my email, which is tablemanners3@yahoo.com, or Guillotine is GUILLOTINE65@gmail.com, or you can simply hit me up on my inbox on Facebook and hit me. Even my numbers even on Facebook. You can get to me easy. So for those trying to say they've been trying to get at me, lies. I'm easy to get to. So hit me up. Hit me up.
That's what's up. All right, brother Han Solo checking in again, saying respect. So respect to you, my brother. Keep up the great work. And and we got to get you on the show too, brother Han Solo. So we're gonna be making that happen soon.
I actually met him at a DJ battle competition. I met him for the first time, man. Phenomenal DJ. The dude is very dope at what he does, man. And you will see him as a DMC champion soon. I can foresee that in the future for him. Very dope DJ, man. Shout out to my man Mos Def too.
Yes,
Sean
sir.
All those kids. My man X-Ray.
Yeah.
It's so much stuff. We ain't talking about no dim death stuff, man.
Yeah.
Because all that connects. It's so much stuff that connects, man. We're gonna talk about it next time, man.
For sure. Well, hey, listen, man. It's been great, and I look forward to the part two. But in the meantime, let's keep in touch, man. And keep up the great work, what you're doing, man. I appreciate all your hard work. I know you've been building your legacy on both platforms for many years. And and like you say, the respect is there, bro. The respect. Nobody can deny your body of work.
Next time we talk, I'm gonna tell you how we lost a record deal with Wu. With Wu, it's gonna blow your mind.
Oh wow! All right, y'all. Well, listen up. We will be back next Friday. Now, next Friday, we're going to have a special segment about the history of the Shy-Rock Nation. So, for all those that want to tune in next week, we're going to have some of the original members all in on live on the broadcast, and we're going to have a nice discussion about the history of the Shy-Rock Nation. So that's next Friday, 8 p.m., y'all. So until then, I'm Artistic, and shout out once again to my brother Titan, and we'll see y'all next time around. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. Yeah.
All right.